So, unless you've been living under a rock for the last several years, you've probably heard of cryptocurrency. In fact, you've probably heard all sorts of strange new words like blockchain, NFT, DeFi, smart contract, Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto exchange, crypto wallet, Dogecoin, and the list goes on. And if you're like a majority of people on Earth, chances are you've still been wondering what the heck most of that stuff means. So for starters, let's define cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized digital currencies built on a ledger system called a blockchain, which is basically a digital database that uses high levels of cryptography. This blockchain serves several purposes, like securely storing and maintaining transaction records, verifying ownership, and even controlling the creation of more coins. Now, arguably, one of the most important aspects of cryptocurrencies is that they're decentralized. That means that they're not reliant on a central authority, like a government or a bank. In fact, that's precisely one of the main things that made cryptocurrencies so popular: being free from governments and financial institutions. With the blockchain, individuals can conduct business with each other without the need for brokerages and intermediaries. Things like loans can be handled with less red tape and prerequisites, and so on. Thanks to the recent widespread adoption, cryptocurrencies now have everyday use and application in normal day-to-day commerce. These currencies are typically stored in a digital wallet, which can exist and be accessed on a phone or even a thumb drive. They can be used today for all sorts of online and offline transactions. There are even third-party crypto payment service providers today, like BitPay, that make it easy for retailers and online stores to accept cryptocurrencies as payment. Speaking of which, we should probably talk about what some of these cryptocurrencies actually are. Let's go over just two of the top cryptocurrencies today. These are traditionally seen as sort of the old guard of the crypto space and have arguably the biggest impact on the day-to-day life of the crypto, DeFi, and NFT economy today. First up is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is considered the world's original cryptocurrency and was created in 2009. It runs on a blockchain or a ledger system, which we discussed earlier, and is hailed as super secure, safe from scammers, thieves, fraudsters, and so on, because that blockchain requires the solving of a cryptographic puzzle in order for additions to the ledger to be verified. This process is called proof of work. Bitcoin has skyrocketed in value since its inception. Although $500 seemed high back in 2016, it eventually soared to almost $70,000 per coin in 2021. Today, it remains one of the most talked about currencies in the space. Likewise, it's among the most commonly used and accepted for commercial transactions, although it's recently come under strong scrutiny and criticism by some entities for the alleged negative impact it has on the environment due to the mining and the proof-of-work concept. But Bitcoin doesn't seem to be going anywhere soon. Next up, there's Ethereum. This refers to both the cryptocurrency, usually called ETH, and to the blockchain that it's on. Ethereum soon became arguably the primary competitor or alternative to Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin, it saw astronomical growth in value, rising to around $3,000 in 2022. One of the reasons for its popularity is all of the potential applications of the Ethereum blockchain, which quickly became a favorite of programmers, developers, and entrepreneurs. This blockchain can facilitate things like trustless smart contracts that automatically execute as promised without the need for human intervention. It also facilitates non-fungible tokens or NFTs, and today is the most common form of payment for minting, buying, and the selling of NFTs on the major NFT marketplaces. Furthermore, many of the cryptocurrencies that exist today and are being created as we speak are actually created on the Ethereum blockchain, thanks to it being the preferred blockchain for so many developers. Ethereum isn't without its own drawbacks and limitations, however. Its high gas fees, which are fees charged to facilitate the proof-of-work process for transactions on the blockchain, have recently come under scrutiny for rocketing to sky-high levels. This has particularly impacted the NFT market lately, with gas fees sometimes rising so high that it makes NFT purchases impossible or impractical. However, much of this may change as Ethereum moves into its 2.0 upgrade, which is designed to transition from a proof-of-work model to a proof-of-stake model. In addition to these two titans, there are a whole host of other cryptocurrencies in existence today. Often called altcoins, these are other currencies that serve a variety of different purposes and have a variety of interesting and often mind-boggling histories. There's stablecoins that are designed to be pegged to fiat currencies like USD coin. There's game currencies designed for purchase of virtual items in the metaverse games like Decentraland. There's even so-called meme coins that were created as jokes and simply grew in value due to popularity on social media. Bottom line, the crypto New World Order is a booming, mesmerizing, and sometimes confusing space. Hopefully, we've given you enough knowledge today to feel confident about starting your own journey into crypto, or at least to help you decide if it's the right thing for you. Keep in mind, the crypto market is a volatile place, so proceed with caution.